Welcome to episode 9 of the many beasts of NBA YoungBoy. I just realized that we have done 9 episodes of this. It is really coming down to the end because we are quite literally going through every single beef. In today's episode, we're going to be discussing the beef between NBA YoungBoy and J. Cole. I did cover this a long time ago, but I'm going to discuss the whole beef right here. So back in the day, there really wasn't no beef between NBA YoungBoy and J. Cole. What many people don't know is that NBA YoungBoy had actually booked a studio session with J. Cole and was actually planning on doing a feature with him. Here's the thing. NBA YoungBoy never showed up to the feature with J. Cole, and J. Cole ended up waiting 8 hours in the studio for NBA YoungBoy to show up, but NBA YoungBoy ended up not showing up to do the feature. NBA YoungBoy would then later on tweet out that he wasn't feeling it that day and he didn't want to do the feature with J. Cole anymore. Now, the beef between the two of them officially didn't start there. It officially started in 2023 when NBA YoungBoy and Lil Durk were beefing again. And that is when NBA YoungBoy decides to release his song F the Industry Part 2 and takes a jab at J. Cole. In the song F the Industry Part 2, NBA YoungBoy basically says in the song, "Jay a ho, that man played it cold like he was going to do a feature. So I texted his line a muscle sign, I swear it's going to be nice to meet you." Which was basically dissing J. Cole for wanting to do a feature with him and all sorts of stuff like that. Like I said in the video previous with Lil Durk, NBA YoungBoy had said that anyone that works with Lil Durk is an enemy, and J. Cole actually did end up working with Durk. During the time period when NBA YoungBoy and Lil Durk were beefing and planning to release their albums on the same day, Durk ends up pushing his album back and ends up releasing a single with J. Cole. End up releasing the song All My Life, and it actually ends up doing more numbers than NBA YoungBoy's mixtape. Now, a lot of people were actually wondering when J. Cole was going to reply to the diss, but J. Cole actually did reply to the diss on his song The Secret Recipe with Lil Yachty. In the song The Secret Recipe, J. Cole ends up saying, "Incoming call, press the button. He asked for a feature and saw the face of death." Now, to be frankly honest, I was not expecting that NBA YoungBoy would have a beef with J. Cole. Many people were actually thinking that the beef was actually going to get turned up after that, but then J. Cole does a feature on Drake's album For All the Dogs on First Person Shooter. In the song First Person Shooter, J. Cole actually says he wants to get a song with my B. He doesn't want any beef. The beef between the two of them hasn't really kicked up much as of late because NBA YoungBoy actually did an interview and he actually said that if J. Cole comes to Gravedigger Mountain, he'll actually do a feature with J. Cole. But this can honestly be a trolling tactic to go J. Cole into beefing with him. This is another catalyst in the many beefs of NBA YoungBoy, and the next episode we're going to be discussing a beef that just recently popped up. In the next episode we will be discussing one of the very last beefs that NBA YoungBoy has of right now. In the next episode we're going to be discussing the beef between NBA YoungBoy and Lil Ry, which is one of the newest beefs that NBA YoungBoy has of right now. This will also be the final beef I discuss. I will just say that I have had an absolute pleasure doing all these videos, and I just want to say thank you guys so much for the ride. I honestly did not expect to be discussing all these beefs all back to back, but honestly I have had an amazing time with it. Next episode is the final one in the chapters of the many beefs of NBA YoungBoy, the beef between NBA YoungBoy and Lil Ry, and that will officially be the final episode.